Good morning, sunshine.
Please tell me I dreamt all those Scrabble lots.
3 times in a row.
Rub it in, why don't you?
Oh, you. Don't be a
Mr. Wade is the plan. While I'm at it, I'm gonna check.
Okie dokie.
Why don't you continue looking into the lights? You could also look up the history of Conwell Springs and.
I'll get right on it.
Great. Thanks.
Oh, by the way, don't forget to check out the page I gave you about the red scythe. It's a pretty interesting.
Right. The thing. What if. All right, I'm off. Peace outie.
Okie dokie. Good luck.
Yep, it's full of trash. Yeah, I'm good. It's that homeless guy who helped me. We meet again, Mr. Homeless Guy.
Homeless? That's the worst thing I ever heard of.
So, what's up with the trash can?
Well, I'm just going through a rough patch. By the way, you owe me $10.
Nah, you agreed to 7.
You're busting my ball.
Better get those balls checked out in this clinic then.
So cold.
What do they...
Gober. Everyone.
All right.
Pleasure to meet.
So...
My stuff?
Yeah.
For your information, this is all just a dry streak in my show.
Is that so?
I used to have more hair. Come on, man. Frankie Gold is my...
Nah.
Oh, come on. I have started Silencer of the Lambert. The usual surprises? Natural...
Not ringing it.
Kids these days, no appreciation for quality.
So, tell me...
What about it?
Oh.
Not the cultured type.
So, tell me about...
What about it?
Tell me about...
Lawrence Lambert, a real estate agent, suddenly turned... For weeks, he tries to communicate with customers using a He marries his housekeeper, who only knows 2 words in English, yes? In the end, Lawrence dies of a heart attack in the arms of his lovely wife, Consuelo Lambert Vasquez, based on a true...
I'm not sure I want to know what...
Jacob's Bladder. The tragic story of Jacob Cobb during long and joyful monologues. Sadly, after a...
Give me the...
A lighthearted story. The movie... I guess it's more of a dark comedy.
Oh.
Not the cult.
I need to ask you...
Sounds serious.
Do you know what happened?
I most certainly...
What?
Are you sure you want to know? Not everyone can...
Oh, just spit it...
Okay, here we go. Abducted by aliens.
I should have known better.
Oh, I saw it, man. A big, huge light. I was a bit drunk. My wife had just left me, taking the dog, not to mention I was being... But I'm telling you, those goddamn aliens took them.
Yeah.
Open your mouth.
Do you know who Lily...
Yep, my dad was the one who found her floating in the lake.
Really?
Ah, geez, not a lot. I mean, teenage girls, man, they're like their own... Not to mention how that entire family ain't like...
Now that's an understatement. Nearly started...
She could sure deal out a mean whooping, that lady.
Do you reckon...
Why, I used to call myself that back in now. Oh, how I missed that marvelous youthful evening.
Why do I even... Do you know...
Sure, he's been holed up in this clinic for the...
You saw Charles Wade...
Well, yeah.
How did he look?
Okay, I guess.
What do you...
Nothing but hearsay. People say...
What's your...
I'd say they're good people. Isaac, his dad, Father Bill, on the other hand, though, he and the people he had...
What kind of...
I don't know, they were like a cult or something, with Billy Praise himself at the top. Isaac turned it all around when his dad kicked the bucket.
Interesting. Do you know any...
Not really. I tried to stay as far away from those people as possible.
All right. Do you know anything about...
It's real.
Do you know what...
Chinese fireworks, of course. They used to call me Dong Pai. I miss the food, not the...
Time to hit the off switch. Do you reckon...
That's your granddad, right?
Yeah.
No idea. I think my face...
Okay. Wanna smoke?
Nah, I got stage 2 lung cancer.
I don't... I could, but only if I had a... Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Bye.
No thanks. Women's magazine. Uncomfortable, hard plastic chairs. Was expecting plastic, but a calendar from 1991. I can't read it from a computer. They likely. Pretty sure she would object. She looks bored out of her mind. Pretty. Excuse me, nurse? Hey!
Yeah?
They don't pay you much. Huh?
No shit. What do you want?
I'm here to see.
Never heard of him. Any
Bullshit. I know he's here. Listen, it's okay.
No, you're not, and I said he's not here. Don't make me call.
What a bitch. I need to get rid of her somehow. Again? No thanks. I'm gonna have to think outside the box. Rows and columns of files. No point. I wouldn't even know what room. Hey, dude.
Oh, hi!
So,
The best!
you know, that nurse in there, she said and that she always wished you'd give her a live performance.
I know it. She always gave me these straight. I thought it was contempt, but
Yeah, that's
I'm gonna have to oblige.
definitely.
I'm feeling. Oh, Jenny, everything is forgiven. You and me were like peas and carrots. I'm just so full of your love that I think I'm about to burst. Jenny, where did you go? Oh, I don't feel so good. Thank you, thank you. You've been a great audience.
That wasn't really an. Hey, dude.
Oh, hi.
Hey,
Sure.
how about
Business. I can't believe you guys did all this for me. You know, what's this smell? Bacon?
again? No
Oh,
thanks.
Bobby, my head hurts. I'm seizing.
I don't want to interrupt.
Thank you, thank you. You've been a great audience.
Hey, doofus. Hey.
Sure. Oh, I'm good. Oh, Consuelo, how I wish I could speak. I have so many things left to say. My chest, no! It can't be! Hold me! Thank you, thank you. You've been a great audience.
Hey, doof.
Oh, hi.
So,
What about it?
why do you
Typecast?
natural?
It's a dystopian vision of the protagonist. One day, Eddie makes it.
Oh.
Not the.
Hey.
Sure.
Natural.
Bald. Fernando, you've been such a good friend. I can't thank you enough for making me whole again. Turn this scalp into a breathtaking golden carpet, such as the world has never seen. Okay,
Rows and
Doctor.
columns of
Counting
files.
down now. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Thank you, thank you. You've been a great audience. I can't believe you guys did all this for me. You know, what's this smell? Bacon? Oh, Bobby, my head hurts. I'm seizing.
Nurse! He's seizing!
Oh, shit!
Man, I feel like a total jackass. Employee of the Month, Carlita Mendez. Ugh, what a joke.
It's all right, Claude.
Understood, sir.
So, you managed...
I did.
Well, let's get this over with then. How do you want your pictures? Shall I get some tubes to fill my face with? Will that suffice?
I'm no journalist. Well,
She's but a cub. So, surely this must be worth an internship at one of the big papers. Do you want me to call Thompson at the Times and...
that's not what...
Sounds serious. Perhaps I should ask...
You know, Charles, the person most likely to be harmed...
Very true. That's something that Japs who kept...
Did my grandfather bail you out then too, or was that...
Hold on there.
You're willing to listen to something other than your own voice? I'm stunned. I'm Kathy Rain. Joseph was my grandfather.
Now I remember. You were at the funeral.
I was.
You were late.
I needed my morning smoke. Besides, it's not like Grandpa was going anywhere.
Oh, just look at her, Claude. She's absolutely fearless. That's Joseph's blood running through her veins.
She certainly has a smart mouth, sir.
I must say, you have me intrigued, Kathy. What can this old man help you with?
Do you know anything?
I wish I did. How do you think Mary Elizabeth could afford all that expensive treatment?
Strange. Grandma never mentioned that.
She's just too proud. At first she refused.
And were...
Don't be silly. Despite all the people from places like this have a deeply rooted mistrust. In her eyes, I had become one of them.
So that's all you know about the whole affair?
Are you implying that there's more to know? Mrs. Rain accepted the health care, but asked me to stay out of everything else. So I did.
I see. What can you tell me about your friendship with Grandpa?
Joseph was the best friend I ever had. We grew up together, married our high school sweethearts together, went to war together. I can't even begin to count the number of times he's saved my life. I repaid the favor once or twice, but he came up ahead, no doubt.
So when did you two lose touch? I heard that something happened between you and him. What was it?
The truth is, Brian Rain happened. Sharon...
My parents?
Yes. They ruined everything with them. I couldn't have that around my daughter, or my newborn. Joseph was naive. He was just... too good, bless him.
It's hardly Grandpa's fault. He did everything he could to set my father straight.
Oh, I never claimed to doubt Joseph's commitment. But I'm not... Your grandfather often used his heart when he should have used his head.
You say that like it's a bad...
I believe it is, objectively. Eventually, my company grew much too large for this. Not long after that, your grandfather ended up in that
You bought a number of paintings.
I'm known to dabble in art from time to time. Martha, my wife, I believe she first saw them at the high school which the Myers girl attended. Anyway, after the poor girl killed herself, I bought the paintings speculatively. When a young artist with any talent to speak of commits suicide, it can be a wet dream of certain connoisseurs. Shortly after procuring the art, I had it valued by an expert who determined that the value was 3 times the amount I bought it for. Today, I'm sure I would have made my money back tenfold or more if it wasn't for the art theft.
What art theft?
There was a burglary at the mansion I used to own here in town.
Well,
Eloquently.
Do you recognize...
Would be strange if I didn't. It belongs to a fellow named Jimmy Cochran. He was a coward.
Perfect. Tell me about Jimmy.
In a literal sense, he's
Let me guess.
either 82 or 83.
Do you remember the...
Something starting with an E.
Ingstrom? Ingstrom?
Yes, that's the...
Yeah, I'm familiar with it. I've passed the... So, do you know why Jimmy ended up...
Some obsessive-compulsive syndrome. He became fixated.
Creepy. I wonder what set him off. Can you tell me about the art theft?
Well, somebody broke in, stole the paint. The strangest thing was that I had a Monet, but every single painting...
That can't be a...
Agreed. Somebody...
I assume there was an
Yes, Sheriff Truman came by with his deputy. They found a few hairs, which turned out to be from Ruffles, the
Some stunning police work.
Indeed. There was a single witness, though, who said he...
So,
Yes. I honestly didn't care much one way or the other.
I think I'll have a chat with the sheriff about the matter, if that...
Certainly. I'll call ahead and instruct him to give you...
That'd be great.
Anytime. But I'm curious.
I've learned that my...
Is that so?
Can you tell...
Well, somebody broke in, stole the paint. The strangest thing was... But...
That can't...
Agreed.
I assume...
Yes. They found
Some stuff...
Indeed.
So...
Yeah.
I think I'll...
Certainly.
That'd be great. Thanks.
Anytime.
I've learned that my grandfather went to sue and asked to see them, right before he had his injury.
Is that so?
What can you tell me about the church?
They seem like any other church to me. But then again, I'm not their usual clientele. Weddings, baptisms, and funerals are just about...
Can you...
But
that can't... I assume there wasn't...
Yes, they found...
Some stuff...
Indeed.
So...
Yes.
I think I'll have a chat with the sheriff about the matter.
Certainly.
That'd be great.
Anytime.
I've learned that my grandfather went to sue and asked to see them, right?
Is that...
Do you recognize...
Of course. Your grandfather, me, Jimmy Cochran. Taken short...
You guys look like you just won the...
Indeed. We were mere children.
What do you see?
Fireflies would be my best guess.
Do you know what...
A flower, Why don't you consult a...
I don't need. Do you know what this key?
You must be truly desperate if...
I don't need to. Thanks, Charles.
You're welcome, Kathy.
Looks like Wade brought some of his old. A private phone. Wade. I'd rather not. That guy is huge. I wonder. Smoking allowed. Guess this place is a bit behind. Smoking. Hey, Lenny.
Hello, Cap.
I don't need to. Do you know?
Not really, Cap.
Nah. Do you know what this?
I have no idea.
Grandpa had it hidden.
Probably for a good reason, then.
Hey, Lenny.
Yeah, I accidentally inhaled pollen from... I remember being sick and...
Scary.
somewhere in Conwell Woods. Not...
All right. Well, gotta...
See ya.
Hello, Sheriff. Mind if I ask you a few more... I don't need... Do you know...
Nope.
Do you know any...
Yes, Mr. Wade phoned ahead about... Lenny!
Yes, boss.
Get the report from the burglary in the Wade estate back in '86?
On it, boss. There you go, Kathy.
Thanks, buddy. Hello, Sheriff. I don't need... Do you reckon...
Matter of fact, I do. It's a local endangered...
Yeah? Have you come across any...
Sure, but it's a bit tricky to do anything about it.
Ah, so the illegal...
Yes, knowingly picking the flower is a crime.
Gotcha. Thanks. Do you know what this is?
Ah, it's just some kids playing pranks with...
That's all for...
Good.
I gotta find this Goldfarb guy. Hello, Sheriff. Does the name...
Never heard of him.
That's all for...
Good.
Hey, Lenny.
Hello, Kathy. Sounds familiar.
Well,
See ya.
Lenny, I need you to do something.
How can I help, boss?
It's my mother's birthday this weekend. You'll have to get her a gift.
a jail cell. Well, this is it. This is where the picture was taken. I'm not sure what I expected to find here. I need to clear my head. What the?
We've met before, haven't we?
I don't think so, Mr. Clean.
Always the joker, aren't you, Kathy?
Who are you?
You told me.
I feel...
It's the mending I will try to facilitate.
You're not real. I'm lying asleep in my bed right now.
Focus, Kathy. Listen to the drowned girl.
You mean Lily? What about her?
She's the anomaly, the missing refrain, the convergence point of things past and events yet to happen.
Dial down the metaphors a notch, would you, Mr. Kafka? I get enough of that shit in English class.
I knew you wouldn't disappoint. I'm glad, given how much trouble I went through to be here. You see, my name was taken from me, so I claimed a color in its stead. The next time we meet, you'll know the exact hue of red. You're on the right path, Kathy. Follow your grandfather, and everything will work out in the end.
Wait, what? Am I going crazy? It was a joke.
Oh, hello, dear.
Hi, Grandma. I just thought I'd...
Sure, hon. Stay.
An old typewriter covered in cobble. A worn...
Oh, hello, dear.
Mind if we talk for a bit, Grandma?
Not at all, dear. What's on your mind?
Do you know...
I believe he teaches at...
I don't think so, at least not anymore. I was...
Really? He always struck me as a kind...
There's more. I found out that Jimmy asked... Jimmy sounded really desperate. I'm sure what happened to Grandpa that night had something to do with his cry...
You should go find the man then, surely...
That's the plan. I just wondered if there's...
Not really. We haven't stayed in... I know that he had a wife, Agatha, and a son, James. Agatha passed away from...
Okay. I don't see... Does the name...
Oh, that poor man. Now he's constantly drinking and keeps babbling on about that imaginary...
Sad thing.
He's homeless, dear.
Okay, now I know who... Looks like I'm gonna have to have a chat. What do you see?
I have no idea.
I'm trying to figure that out.
Oh? Come to think of it, the trees do...
Yeah, it was taken somewhere in that area.
Aren't you clever?
Do you know...
I can't say that I do.
Well, gotta go, Grams. Talk to you later.
Bye, Kathy.
Hello? Creepy bald guy. Guess no one's home. Looks like a It's endangered. I'm not gonna take it without... That wasn't here. What's this? A bald man dressed... Why did someone leave this?
Oh, it's you.
No Nathan today?
Nah, haven't seen Nate all day. Probably out in the woods.
Looks like Nathan knows the strange red man. I had a few.
Shoot.
I don't need to. Did you know that somebody's.
Huh? I knew he got robbed.
I don't need to. Does the name.
You mean Goober?
Right, that. Do you know.
Oh, that's just Nate's imaginary friend.
I see. So there's no.
No way!
Sounds like.
Oh, you have no idea. He has unique names for each of the kitchen utensils.
Sue, what?
My God, that looks like one of Lily's painted.
Wow, really?
It was a nighttime scene. Just like the photo, there was a pale hand reaching up from beneath the surface. The forest in the background was on fire. There were probably other details too.
Sounds captivating. Do you know anything?
Sure. Smoked it a few times back in the day.
Yeah?
Similar to pot, but stronger and more unpredictable.
All right. I think I'm gonna.
Sure thing.
She was born a 76 Corley Motors. Yep, it's full. I need a word, Miss.
Wait, how do you know my...
It's written on that board.
You have the eyesight of a bald eagle or something?
What can I say? I'm a freak of nature. What?
Who?
The guy who.
Oh, he ran off somewhere. Kept babbling about...
Okay. Hello, Father.
Greetings, my child. I'm glad.
Yeah, but just so you.
Oh, I would.
Good. So, with that.
Anything you need.
Kathy Rain.
I did. Rumors spread quick.
Do you know anything?
It was the work of the devil, I'll say that much. Joseph was a. You heard my speech at the funeral, Kathy. I meant every word.
Did you know him
In a way. He and my father did. They collaborated on a few different projects for the homeless.
So, my grandfather.
I wouldn't say that, no. He was a friend of the church, but he wasn't a religious man. That being said, Joseph was the person who convinced me to become a priest.
Really?
Oh yes, I was a teenager back then, full of rebellion. Every fiber of Joseph made me realize my sinful pride, and for that...
Does the name Lily...
It does. I was a substitute teacher in her high school.
Really?
We weren't close.
All right, so...
For one, she started skipping school, a lot. And when she did show up, she was absent-minded. She always looked depressed.
Any idea of...
Not a clue. All I know is that when she returned from that last summer break, I don't.
Do you know?
I have just a vague.
Care to tell me?
I'd be happy to. This church was founded by my father, William T. Back then, he made his living as a traveling salesman and was driving through. However, this day was different. He was angry, thinking of evil deeds, even considering swerving off the road into a rock. Then suddenly, divine intervention. 3 bright lights appeared. The Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost, the sign of God. This epiphany was the moment he sold all of his belongings and took me and my brother to live with him here. Soon thereafter, he built this church and started gathering.
I take it that window up there resembles what he...
Indeed. The stained glass window depicts the Holy Trinity.
Do you know exactly when?
Why do you ask?
Oh, just...
Well, it was in the spring of 19...
Okay.
People flocked to Father Bill. He started... The church flourished and continued. That's when I stepped in to...
I take it that the church started declining after...
Yes. Naturally so. With such a but I assure you the church is still very much thriving.
Looks kinda...
It's not really our peak hours.
What's up with you handing out pamphlets at funerals then?
I'm going to assume you meant no disrespect, child. I'm simply...
Do you know...
I'm afraid...
This may sound strange.
Only our Lord and Savior Jesus.
That's not...
Are you joking? I haven't seen a...
Do you recognize...
Only your grandfather, and that's just because I was given a similar picture for...
I don't need... Do you know what the...
I'm afraid not.
I could, but I think I have more to gain from a subtle strategy. I'll keep it to myself for now, until I know more. Father, do you...
No, my child. Nothing at all.
I don't need to... That's all I need.
May the Lord shine...
It's an altar. You know, the place where they put the sacrificed goats, kids. Impressive window. There's no doubt about it. Goober. Hello again.
You again? Are you stalking me, girl? I'll try to tone down the charm.
Huh, yeah, you...
I know. I just said that, man.
Listen, I feel...
Oh, that's what it was.
Yeah, it...
So what brings you to the house?
I'm afraid that ship has long... I had a few things I wanted to ask you about.
Shoot, Missy!
I don't need to ask him. I should probably confront him directly about him being a witness. I don't need to ask. Your real name...
Oh, nobody calls me that.
Regardless, I know for a fact that you were a witness to a burglary a few years...
Yeah, what about it?
Why don't you tell me what you saw?
I heard the alarm go off, glass breaking, then I saw 3 guys...
What did they look like?
It was dark. I don't know. They were definitely 3 big, bulky guys. They
what?
Oh, nothing. That's it. Didn't see anything else.
Bullshit. Spit it out.
Well, one of those guys dropped his ring when running away. I sort of pawned it.
A ring?
Platinum with an inscription. 2 letters. B. Man, I don't remember. My photographic memory stopped.
Which pawn shop?
Pete's Pawning and Plumbing. It closed down a long time ago, though. Owner left town. There's a coffee shop.
Too bad. Guess that's a dead end. Thanks. Didn't I see 2 letters fitting that description recently? Not on a building. It was something small. Do you know what this key...
You're hot?
Oh, bro. Do you reckon...
That's your...
Yeah.
No idea.
Okay. Did the inscription on the...
Wow, actually exactly.
Any idea...
Beehive? Bet high?
Okay.
See ya!
Hello, Isaac.
I'm all...
Do you know...
I'm...
That's all I need.
May the Lord...
Locked. Locked.
Oh, hello, dear.
Mind if we...
Not at all.
Do you reckon?
Yes, dear, it means the Black Hats.
Oh, his biker gang. What can you tell?
I refuse to talk about those hoodlums. They turned you. You should stay far away from them, Kathy.
I don't want to. Well,
Goodbye, Kathy.
Hey, Lenny.
Hello, Cap.
What can you tell?
They've caused us trouble from time to time, but we put a few of their captains in the slammer over the years, but we never managed to find enough dirt on their leader. Bo Brunson. Big Bo.
Do you know where I can find?
Yeah, hold on.
Got it. Do you know?
You're joking.
Oh. Well.
See ya.
Sweet butt incoming!
Like hell I am. I'm nobody's.
You sure? Doesn't she look like a sweet butt? Little slut. I think she...
Step off, creep.
Or what? You tell your...
You think I need my dad?
Oh, I love it when they play hard.
Let go of me! Let me go! God!
What the hell's going on out here?
Nothing, Prez. Just having a bit of fun with this game.
I suggest you leash that.
For fuck's sake, Prospect, not again. Get the hell out of here.
Sorry, boss, I'll go. Fuck, that hurt, you cunt.
He'll be disciplined for that.
He better be. I take it you're Bo?
I am. And who are you?
Kathy Rain.
Bullshit. She lives in the city with her Who are you really? Did the Vandals...
No, they didn't. I am
Prove it.
Well, I would, but I left my ID.
That's convenient.
I need to figure out some proof. This proof enough for you?
I'll be damned. That's Brian's lighter over. Sorry about the paranoia. We've had...
I get it.
So, that's your ride out there. Corley Motors, right? 78?
76.
You got the same taste as your old man. He always...
Probably the only thing he and I...
Did you set up those mods yourself? Looks
Yeah, took some time to get them.
I imagine so.
I'm not most.
Ain't that the truth? Most girls...
I guess you'd know. Anyway.
Go ahead, then. Your old man was a good brother, so I'll indulge you for now.
What can you tell me?
Black Hats MC was founded in the 60s by my old man, my uncle. Commonwealth Springs is the mother chapter, and we have support clubs in 6 other locations. There's a total of 16 members here. 12 patch, 4. I'm the acting president of this chapter, as well as of the whole...
The law give you...
It used to be tough when your granddad was around.
And now?
Now they try, but Boyks and the boy are a nuisance at best.
I don't need to... Do you know what...
Whoa.
What?
I saw one of those with my own eyes.
Really? Where?
Middle of the woods. Those things came from nowhere and gave me this crazy headache. Right on the... At the time, I thought it was just a...
You have a plate?
Yeah, titanium from a shrapnel wound I got in Nam.
I see. Titanium isn't the least...
How the hell should I know? I'm no scientist.
Do you remember where exactly...
No. Like I said, I dismissed it as a migraine.
Fair enough. Do you know any...
Do I look like a
Yeah.
You crack me up.
I don't need... Do you know...
Nothing that anyone else...
Tell me,
15 years now, give or take.
Good. Then you can tell me why you.
I don't know what the hell you're talking about, but I'd recommend you be careful.
Fine. Is there.
You mean like cleaning the toilets? Making coffee?
Spare me your sexist bullshit.
You are nothing like your old man, you know that?
I take that as a
You do that. In any case, I've had enough of this now.
What can you tell?
Do I look like a pious man to you?
This may be a weird question.
I've made a few bald men red.
Do you know?
No.
Do you?
No. We had our differences, me and him, but I'd rather be dead than a vegetable.
So I take it.
No, I could write a book about that man. On one page, I'd praise him. On the next, he could be a real self-righteous prick when he wanted to. But everyone knew he was the real law around here. I respected Joseph, and he respected me. But he hated how Brian... Joseph always blamed the club for the path Brian chose in life.
You seriously thought Grandpa was a bad parent?
Everybody knew about it. People just tend to forget the bad. Joseph wasn't a saint. He saw everything in black and white. He was only kind. The ones who wouldn't fit in that small mold didn't get any chances.
No use. He's not gonna budge on this one. I need to figure out some way to make. All right, I'm gonna.
Right on. I have some business.
Thanks, Bo. See you.
Hey, Brian's girl.
Yeah?
I overheard you.
Hey.
The boss man isn't usually that grumpy, but I think I may.
I'm all.
Well, Bo and Brian are the double Bs, as we used to call them. They used to have this drink together. Brian.
Sounds like.
Yeah, it's basically a Bloody Mary, but with. I'm kidding. It's just a.
If you say that special ingredient is.
No. Brian, it's probably something uncommon.
So let me guess. If I can produce this drink for Bo, you think he would help me out?
It'll make him remember Brian, which should go a long way. He hasn't had that drink since your old. Brian was like a son to him. The boss would have. If you could recall the good times with your father.
I guess it could be worth a try.
You're Brian's kid. That means you're family. We take care of family.
Well, how was that drink compared with a regular?
Tasted a bit more like pepper and had a punch to it. It usually gave some. Oh, if you had a lot of them, you'd hallucinate some crazy shit. Pretty
trippy.
You're welcome, darling.
Emmett. He has a patch on his. Hey, Emmett.
Yeah?
Remind me again. What?
Tasted a bit like pepper and had a lot more punch. And if you drank a bunch of them, you'd hallucinate.
All right.
Anytime.
Impressive bar. Impressive bar. He's the bartender here. Hey, bartender. Do you happen to know?
You mean a Bloody Mary?
No, this is something different.
Afraid not. I can make you regular Bloody Mary, though.
Maybe later. I need to figure.
All right, then.
I used to be a bit of a pool shark. Been a while, though. A member of this motorcycle. A member of this. I'd rather just talk to. I'd rather. Not sure where that leads. $100%. Whew, out of order. My. Sorry, endangered flower, but. I'd like a bloody.
Coming right up.
Oh, and add this, will you?
Whatever you. One Bloody Mary.
Thanks, buddy.
The club will cover that, Jose.
Sure thing, VP.
Thanks again, Emmett.
You got it.
It's, Here's hoping it can make Bo a bit... Hey, Bo.
I recognize that smell. You found...
Something.
Man, is this a trip down memory lane? I keep expecting Brian to walk... You know, all this nostalgia is making...
Yeah?
Yeah. So, here's the deal. In '86, Carl, my VP at the time, some guy had offered him good dough for stealing. I was busy with other things at the time, so I gave my permission. He returned a week later with a nice one. I didn't realize it was Wade he had knocked off until I read the paper. Wade is a powerful man with friends in city council.
Got it. So, what do you know about the guy who hired...
Not much. Carl said it was some bearded prick.
Whoa, Isaac?
Could be. I don't know who that is.
Thanks, Bo. I'm gonna follow up on this.
That's it? You're not gonna ask me about what happened to your old man?
I couldn't give two shits about that asshole.
Bullshit. Don't expect anyone to believe you're that angry with some...
Either he's dead or he abandoned me. Do any of those options...
They don't, but you should know that no one from the club... I meant it when I said Brian was a good brother.
Comforting to hear, Mr.
Shut up and listen, girl. I'm trying to tell... Brian used to talk about heading to Mexico, about riding off into the sunset and getting... And I think part of him was serious. You deserve to know that there's...
Sure. Let's hope that...
Just take care of yourself.
You too. That day went by fast. I think I'm gonna ask if I can stay the night at Grandma's.
Hello.
Hey, Grandma, it got...
Of course, dear. Have a seat.
Oh, you're the best. I'm starved.